Hey, everybody out in the Youth Ministry Nation on morethandodgeball.com. I'm Kurt. This is my buddy AC. Let's talk about youth ministry.
Dude,
good to see you, dude. As
good
always,
to see you.
I love the lack of hair.
Thank you.
Look at us.
Thank you.
Like we're like twins.
It looks good though.
We were walking down the street. People they don't even know who was who.
You have to get a little bit more tan.
But
tan life.
we did. AC came in a little bit early today,
Yeah.
and you worked the lights a little bit, got rid of the glare, turned the camera around. So now we've got this
new set.
New set. Well, it's the same set. Just the TV's over here instead of behind us.
Which
anyway,
is perfect.
10 minutes is all we got, which
Yes.
now means we've got 8 minutes.
Let's do
So
it.
what's our topic for this video blog post today?
Okay. Tough conversations. Yeah. We all have them, whether it's with students, leaders, parents. You have those conversations where you really don't want to be there, but we have them. So I was thinking we'd give two tips for tough conversations.
2 tips for navigating tough conversations?
Yes, for a leader.
Who's going first?
You.
Okay, I'll go first. First of all, I hate tough conversations. I'll be the first to admit it. I'm not a big conflict guy.
Yeah.
I don't like being confronted. I don't like confronting somebody. When there's an angry parent that's walking into our youth building, I'm usually kind of heading the other direction, hoping they're going to see you or Katie or Josh or anybody first.
Right.
I hope they see the 7th grade girl first, and But so because I hate conflict and I'm not good in tough conversations, I've learned the hard way a few things. And so I think the top 2 things that I've learned when it comes to tough conversations is, one, don't delay a tough conversation.
Yeah, that's good.
Now, I think sometimes it's smart to delay a little bit so that people can cool down or whatever, but for the most part, you want to address tough conversations right away. What I've learned over the years is when somebody's upset and they want to talk to me, making them wait, avoiding it, doesn't cool things down. In fact, it typically just what was a little ember now becomes a flame, and so what I've learned is if I just am willing to say, "Hey, you look upset, let's talk," or "Hey," if they come in and say, "Kurt, can I grab you for 2 minutes?" I mean, unless I just can't talk in that moment, I've learned to say, "Yeah, you know what, let's talk." Now, I think it's okay to delay making a decision, to delay a long conversation. I think it's okay to address it initially if it's a heat of the moment conversation, and then say, "Hey, thanks for sharing that concern. Would you be okay if in 3 days we got back together to think about this again?" But don't delay. And it's the emails. You get an email from an upset parent, a frustrated volunteer. They send you an email, and you're like, "Oh, I don't want to deal with that right now. Oh, tomorrow, I don't want to deal with that." And all the while, they're sitting there going,
waiting for you to
how
respond.
come Kurt hasn't responded? And they're just feeling neglected, more and more frustrated. Most frustrated people just want to be listened to. That's really, they just want to be listened to. And that would be my second learning, is to really learn to listen in tough conversations. Especially when it's somebody who is coming to me with something. Don't get defensive right away. Don't try to have answers right away. Just be willing to sit back and hold my tongue, because when I listen to you, I validate you. I show you that your concerns are meaningful to me. I show you that what you're frustrated with has some merit. So I've just learned to not delay as best I can, and in the moment to really. There's times when there's certain things, students, parents, leaders, what they're frustrated about, somebody else has been frustrated. There's very few new frustrations. So oftentimes we know the answer, we know how to, but just sit back, just listen, and then very, very quickly, here is how I handle somebody who comes to me who's frustrated. Not every time, but a buddy of mine taught me feel, felt, found. Feel, felt, found. So if you're frustrated, you come to me and you go, "Kurt, I'm super frustrated that you keep canceling Mega Wednesday. We have this thing once a month where our teams are supposed to eat together." And I always cancel.
I tried to delete that email. I sent it.
Right?
Sorry.
I cancel. So you come to me and you say, "Kurt, I'm so angry that you keep canceling Mega Wednesday." When it's my turn to talk, what I would probably say to you is, "Hey, AC, I can see how you'd feel that way.
Yeah.
I understand why you would feel frustrated.
Yeah.
Because I do that a lot. But in fact, so that's a feel, felt, found.
Yeah.
I understand why you'd feel that way. Hey, AC. In fact, other people have felt the same thing.
Yeah.
That you're not the first one. You're not the only one who has felt that.
Yeah.
So I'm hearing you. I get it. I'm trying to figure out how to work my schedule.
Yeah.
Man, thanks. Hey, but bro, here's what I found. Here's what I found is I've found, and I would
give your
BS my way through
Yeah.
something that would make me.
So you're listening with the intent to shoo away.
But feel,
Yeah.
felt, found.
Yeah.
Hey, Mrs. Smith, I understand why you would feel frustrated about life groups being filled up. You're not the only one who's felt that way.
Yeah.
We recognize that. Here's what we found. We have found that if you just give us another couple weeks,
Yeah.
we'll have a place for your son.
Yeah.
We have found that over time, we get every single kid in a
Yeah.
life group. So feel, felt, found
Yeah.
is always a decent technique.
Especially in the context of stuff that has already occurred, that's been done before.
Yes. Okay. Your top 2 tips.
My top 2 tips. One would be make sure you say what you want to say in the conversation. I know I've been kind of like a victim of this, of not saying everything I want to say in the conversation.
Yes.
And I go back out and I'm like, wait a minute, I didn't say what I want to say, or I forgot to say this, or maybe if I didn't say this, so maybe he took it this way.
Right.
And you cause more confusion than not,
Yeah.
because now you have to go back.
And that's hard in a heat of the moment conversation that you didn't see
Totally.
coming.
No,
but in
totally.
the ones that you know are coming,
yeah.
there's almost no excuse
Yeah.
not to say, because that's your
Yeah.
one chance to deal with the
Totally.
situation.
And even if you, I would say, prepare for that.
Right.
Because even if you do go into a heated conversation, you need to know that you're not going to say everything you want to say, or you may not say things clearly.
Now, would
so
you
the
say
follow up would be ideal.
Would you say the other thing? Say everything you want to say,
Mm-hmm.
but you don't have to say everything you want to say. Like
Say everything you want to.
You know what
I
I'm
would
saying?
say, yeah. I would say definitely weigh what you're going to say.
Yes.
But if you feel a certain way, you need to share it. You
Right.
need to be
Right.
open
Okay.
and say it, because otherwise it will eat at you, and you would be like,
Yeah.
it-
And
they
you
would-
don't have to backtrack. You
Yeah.
don't want to have to come back
you
around.
don't want to have to come back around.
Right.
And
Okay.
even if you delay it and you say, you know what, I need to really think about this. Let's meet at another date
That's
we can
fair.
talk it through.
Yeah.
Or always a follow up, especially in a tense moment
Yeah.
or a very intense meeting.
Okay.
Always a follow up.
So tough conversations. Don't delay them if possible. Listen.
Yes.
Say what you want to say. And
Say what you want to say. And my go-to is I want to leave the tough conversation in the tough conversation. I want to leave it there. Whatever we say, whatever is done there, I want to leave it there.
so what happens in the tough conversation stays
in the tough conversation. Yeah.
Expand on that just a little bit.
Well, a lot of times we get into a tough conversation and we say things, and you may say something, and then I may say something, and then when I don't say everything I want to say, I take it out, and then we're done.
Thank you.
There's some way where we feel like, oh, there's closure,
Yes.
but then I go out and someone says, oh, how did it go? And I say, well, it went good. It went like this. He said this, and I said that, and he said this, and then I'm starting to work myself back up,
Right.
and along with taking someone else on the journey that I was just trying to end a few minutes ago in the meeting.
That's so good.
Like letting it lay where it
Right.
stay. Like don't
Yeah.
pick it back up. Leave
Yeah.
it in there, and don't talk about it ever
Yeah.
again.
I love it. So, tough conversations in youth ministry. I think these principles would apply with parents, with coworkers, with students, with a supervisor. If possible, don't delay it.
Yeah.
Make sure you listen well in those because of how that validates the other person. Say what you need to say.
Yeah.
Think it through. Don't leave anything on the bench. Put it all on the field. Put it all on the table. But don't pick it up and take it with you when you leave.
You just said something important.
What's that?
Say what you need to say, not necessarily what you want to say.
Yes. Say
That's
what you
a-
need to
that's
say.
a-
Not necessarily what you know what's taught us that
That's a
lesson?
safe.
Marriage.
Yeah. Oh,
All right.
totally.
All right, guys. That's it. 9:55. Perfect.
Good job, dude.
See you guys.